never forget who this victory truly belongs to.
It belongs to you.
It belongs to you.
My name is Jonathan Horowitz. I've been making art for 20 years or so. I started making single-channel videos. My interest in art came through an interest in film and television. Most of my work deals with cultural issues, and in recent years I've worked in pretty much all the mediums, and my work has become a little more sort of direct and not as focused on formal issues. It's a photodiptych of two photos taken 25 years apart by the same photographer, Nick Ut. One is maybe the most famous image of the Vietnam War. The second image is a very strange coincidence, taken 35 years later, as of Paris Hilton in the back of a police car being returned to jail after she was let out early. Sadly, I think the story of Paris Hilton having to go back to jail is more interest to people than, you know, a story about something that was going on in Iraq. And I think the reason for that is that we just don't really know anymore what war looks like.
There's a set of values that Americans sort of reattach themselves to on election day. We're looking at a potential turnout today, Shepard, 135 million, possibly 145 million, shattering all records. Not only is it a matter of number, but a matter of percentages. America's engaged in this election. That is something I think all of us can and will celebrate. And I know when it's all over, I'll be happy to have been part of it. A very small part of it, but it's been a very big deal for me. You're a big part.
The installation consists of a few pieces that kind of overlap together, you know, form the installation. They were all sort of conceived to go together, but also to exist independently of the installation. The title of that piece is CBS Evening News /BrittanyCrotch.org. It was the most widely reproduced images of Brittany's crotch from that week that she was best friends with Paris Hilton. The image of Katie Couric is from her inaugural broadcast as the first female network news anchor. The decision was made that her legs would be incorporated into the newscast.
Hi everyone, I'm very happy to be with you tonight.
She would step out from behind her desk and show the world what was underneath. The Coke and or Pepsi machine, I didn't want to say that McCain and Obama are like Coke and Pepsi and basically interchangeable, but I mean there is a broad analogy. Political campaigns are like advertising campaigns, and that's certainly like a huge part of the political process.
You may not like
the show was designed to be centered around Election Day and the election returns party. What the show would become after that was not entirely determined. If Obama had lost, the balloons were going to stay on the ceiling and his portrait would have stayed on the floor. Of course, that didn't happen, and happily, the balloons came down. I think no one really knew what exactly would happen and how many people would come, and what it would be like exceeded everyone's expectations. And it was just really great night. It was really fun and joyful.
And I think it's a great, you know, like I said, like the sometimes hostile or exclusive or elitist art world. I mean, maybe we're all here, whatever capacity we all have. The auction house people are here, the gallery owners, the curators, the successful artists, the aspiring artists, all here like we often are at openings, but I think there's more of a feeling of community and collective joy.
One side of the room had Fox, the Fox coverage, and the other side CNN. There were more people on the CNN side. I don't think there was a choice that people were making to be on the Fox side.
Blue side and the red side.
Color-coded. I'm sitting on one side, I'm sitting on the wrong side.
The conservative is Fox News, and
a lot of people on this side are probably for Obama.
Liberal side is CNN.
So I'm surprised there's not one little tiny corner over here for McCain.
When CNN will announce or call a state for, say, Obama, everybody cheers on one side and everybody on the McCain side has no idea what's going on. So it's really kind of confusing and it's just not that fun.
But what was really funny was people on the Fox side didn't know what was happening, so they kept coming over to find out and going back.
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't an Obama supporter. And what I like about it is the pop culture, blatant pop culture references. And I think that, you know, as much as Obama is, in my view, a man of substance, there's also been a lot of pop culture paraphernalia and gadgetry around him, which I think is really interesting. I don't think we've seen anything like this before with a president for a long, long time. And so I think with Jonathan's exhibition, it's amazing when you see all the presidents lined up and the incredible sense of history, and also seeing just those portraits and realizing all these human beings, what a difference a human being can make. And what I love with that is it's that duality in all of what I see of Jonathan's work, where there is that pop culture element that can be enjoyed on one level, and then you can go deeper. You don't have to, but you can go much deeper, and that's what I like about this, is it kind of feels like it reflects the 2008 election perfectly, of pop culture and deep thinking.
There's no better evidence of this than the election of African Americans to the presidency.
The fans are spoken by young and old, rich and poor, Democrat and Republican, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, gay, straight, disabled. We have never been just a collection of individuals or a collection of red states and blue states. We are and always will be the United States of America.
Leaders, I think, are symbolic figures. To lead, I guess you have to make people feel like you're speaking for them, that you represent them, and that's, you know, what's so incredible about our new president, that so many people for the first time feel like they're represented through his candidacy and, you know, his victory. I think it's really going to change people and the way they think about race and themselves and other people, and I think it's incredibly exciting.
Our love is like the sun. Our love is like the sun.